Hello and welcome to NewsHour Live from the BBC World Service in London. I'm Rebecca Kesby. And we begin with a follow-up to a story we brought you yesterday, that of the brutal attack on two women in the Indian state of Manipur. The women are from the minority Kuki community and were attacked by a gang of men in May. But this week, a video of their ordeal went viral in India, and that has prompted high-level political interventions, not least from Prime Minister Narendra Modi himself. Yesterday, he said the episode had shamed India and demanded justice for the women. Today, police in Manipur have made 4 new arrests relating to the case. Well, shortly before we came on air, we got through to Kipgen. She is a Kuki social worker and reveals in the interview that she was also targeted by a gang of men on the same night that the 2 women were attacked. But she began by telling me how big a story this has been locally before footage of the women being forced to parade naked amid a group of men went viral.
Because there has been an internet ban, very little actual images or proper information has been getting out. Although we knew about it, we weren't fully aware of the extremity of it. I guess seeing it is so much more powerful than just hearing about it.
Do you welcome the intervention of the Prime Minister, Mr. Modi, calling for justice? It seems the police have arrested more people.
That is a good thing, although it's very, very late. It's been around 70 days that he's remained silent, and it's taken this video becoming viral before he's actually spoken out. And we need to ask the question, why has there been an internet ban here? You know, the truth is starting to come out.
And what can you tell us about these ethnic tensions, which seem to be the context that these attacks took place?
Kukizo community make up just 16% of the population, whereas the Meitei majority are 53%. And so you can see that how much of a minority Kukis are in Manipur. We are the only group of tribals that has been targeted by the Meiteis. Although Nagas are Christian also, they have not been targeted. I just want to clarify that it's not an issue between Christians and Hindus. This is ethnic cleansing. They've systematically targeted our community. And it is state-sponsored. You can, from the video, there was state police standing by watching this happen.
You're not the first person to tell NewsHour that. We heard from a lawyer yesterday who said the exact same thing. So where's the pressure going to come from then on the police force? Because if that is the case, that if officers were there and did nothing, where in the political sphere is the pressure coming to answer those questions? Why did they stand by and not protect those women?
The thing is, this was state-sponsored violence. You know, we can categorically call it that. Meiteis not only are the majority population, they hold the most power in local government. And the chief minister of Manipur is actually Meitei as well.
At this point, I'm sorry to interrupt. We don't have somebody from the Meitei here. We can't know whether, you know, it's a very serious charge to say it's state-sponsored, but certainly it looks as if it took a long time for the authorities to try to punish anybody. In fact, it seems as if nobody was punished until the past couple of days.
Exactly. And it's only because the video has gone viral and it's gone international that we're hearing from even the Prime Minister of India, which is so sad to have to say that. Unfortunately, it does start from the top. The state police only act. They only do what they're being told to do from higher authorities. And I know, you know, I can't make allegations or accusations on here. However, I would invite people to just do a little bit more research. If you look at the Arambai Tengol and Meitei Lapun, they have really been the driving force behind a lot of the violence we've seen. Although we are safe here, deeper inside Kampopi district, we have many thousands of displaced people among us. You know, I've spoken to many of them about their eyewitness testimonies of what they've seen happen as their villages were attacked, as their homes were burnt down, and as they had to flee. They've seen the state police come in and be a party to the violence as well.
You are a Kuki. Do you feel threatened ever? And is it obvious to people which community that you come from?
So on the night of 3rd of May, when the violence broke out, myself and my cousin, we attended actually a friend of ours, a Métis friend of ours, his wedding. And in the part of Imphal we were in, it was peaceful. There were a lot of weddings that night because it was an auspicious day for Métis to get married. We started to hear, and it was literally just before the internet ban started, we were just starting to get messages on WhatsApp saying, look, where are you guys? You need to come out soon. You need to leave. You need to come home back to the Hills District, our Hills District, which is Kangpopi. And so we left and we drove, just me and my cousin, my female cousin, we drove through. We reached one of the Métis villages on the outskirts of Imphal, and we were stopped by a mob. And they started throwing stones and beating our car with sticks. And we just, there weren't that many in number at that point. So we drove straight through, and we after that time, we got stopped by a much larger mob, and that was frightening because
that sounds absolutely terrifying. And they could identify that you were Kuki then.
They asked us. We were ignorant at that point. We did not know the hatred that Métis were having towards us.
Right.
We just didn't have an idea at that point. We have never seen this kind of violence. Yeah, it was terrifying. Smoke began coming out of the engine. It was dark by this time. It was pitch black. There was nowhere to go. We were stuck between two Métis villages. So I reversed and went into, as fast as I could, went into like a little bit of road between. So I think it was maybe, 5 kilometers from the first mob. We parked up somewhere relatively safe, but we were stuck in a Métis area at this point. And thankfully, not all Métis were against us, and one kind family hid us for 2 days in their home. But we could hear gunfire. We could hear, there was a lot of violence started to happen after that night.
Given the level of tensions you're describing there that you yourself have seen, are you hopeful at all that the spotlight being on this case now will draw attention, national attention, to the situation in Manipur and try to do something about those tensions to try and calm things down now?
Yes, 100%. That is what everyone here is praying and hoping for. We had a rally today earlier, maybe 1,000 women showed up in Kangpopi, and we did a march, a peaceful march, and presented a memorandum which we are hoping will get to the Prime Minister himself. Can I just say also, Rebecca, that there are many other rape victims that have not come forward. Few are starting to come out and tell their stories, but these are just two of many.
And that was Kim Kipgen there, a Kuki social worker. Well, we have been trying to reach the Chief Minister of Manipur today, or another official, to get their take on this story, but have so far been unsuccessful.